All right, let's see if this is working. Okay, I'm not too sure about the light here, so I'm just going to shift. Excuse me. Okay, good evening, everyone. Kia ora. Okay, let's see who's going to join us here. Oh, that looks like Laura. Hey, Laura. Jacob. Okay, look at everyone popping up here. I'm just going to give it a quick minute for people to jump in. Hey, Atia, kia ora. Yuki. Hey, Tyler. Maringikura, kia ora na. Skins, hey Skins, Wendy. Takari, Tania. Laura, hey Laura. Atia again. Who else we got there? Hey Jackie, Deborah. Donald, hey Donald, how's Australia? Hey Scotty, I'm in Gisborne on Saturday. Marissa, Becca. Hey guys, hey, how's everyone, family? Hey Sheree. Kia ora Thomas. Tina. Ava B. Little. Hello from Palmy. See you tomorrow night, Ava. Denise. Hey, sister. Thank you for your prayers. Susan. Kia ora, Corrine. And Rui Mata. Oh my gosh, it just goes on, and I have to start resisting always the urge to say good day to everybody and then feeling guilty when I can't. Hey, everyone. How's it going? Just arrived in Tamaki in Auckland and getting ready to hit the road first thing in the morning to Palmerston North. Always have a soft spot for Palmy because a few years ago my mummy was rolled out on a wet midwinter night and gave birth to myself and my twin sister. So that's always a sweet place for me to visit. Hey guys, hey Angela, hey Warren, hey Becca, and so I'm really looking forward to getting down to Palmy, seeing a lot of my whānau that live in the area around Bulls and the Rangatike and Horowhenua area, and so it's always a good opportunity to catch up with everyone. But look, just a few things that I want to touch on tonight, a couple of light-hearted things, but a couple of really, really seriously important topics that I want to touch on. I had an interesting meeting tonight with some leadership from the Auckland Indian community, but interestingly enough, they don't just represent Indians, they represent Filipino people, they represent Chinese people. It was really interesting to meet some whānau from other overseas that are now Kiwis. Kia ora, Diane, Piri, and these are what I call the new Kiwis that come to Aotearoa, to New Zealand to live, and they become naturalised citizens and they live here, and they really do have the best in their hearts to want to assimilate. These are people that really do want to assimilate. They don't just want to come here and sit in their own communities and be alien. They actually want to come in and be Kiwis and learn how to put down hangi and all those good things, and to go fishing and do the things that we take for granted because we grew up with them. And it's really important to me that these people, they get welcomed, and they get welcomed into the big family that makes up Aotearoa, New Zealand, and that they understand how important the things are, like the treaty, Māori as tangata whenua, but New Zealanders as a whole. And I think it's really, really shameful that people don't feel welcome here, and we want to change that in New Zealand Public Party. And that reminds me is that I met Rabbi Jacob last night, who accuses me of being anti-Semitic, which is not actually the furthest thing from the truth, as I'm sure most of you know. And one of the sad things was that he said that he considers himself a stranger, a visitor to New Zealand, even though he's born here. And that's completely, that's sad. That breaks my heart to think that anyone that's born in New Zealand feels like they don't belong here. That's wrong, shouldn't be, and I don't agree with it. Absolutely don't agree with it. And so what our job is to make sure that sensible things are in place from a government point of view that helps make new Kiwis feel exactly that, like they're new Kiwis and part of it. That doesn't at all degenerate from us intergenerational New Zealanders, and it certainly doesn't take away from our status as tangata whenua, as Māori. In fact, what it does do, it highlights our manakitanga to our newfound brothers and sisters that come to our shores. So I just wanted to touch on that. That's really important to me in my heart, because as I keep saying, this party is everyone's party for all of us, regardless of race, regardless of religion. And why is it like that? Well, number one, I really believe that those values. But number two, we need each other to beat back this government, and I'm going to go into that in a second. Okay, the other thing I want to point out this week is that on Thursday night we've got tomorrow night we've got Palmerston North at 7 o'clock, at the International Conference Centre. And then on Saturday night, we're in Gisborne, which we're really looking forward to. Lots of friends in Tauranga that I have in whānau. On Friday, we could be in Wairoa. I think we are in Wairoa actually on Friday. I've skipped a day. And going to be meeting some interesting whānau there that have got some real key concerns about what's happening with the government. And then on Tuesday, we have Tauranga as well, which I'm really looking forward to. As always, it's important to me that people come and look me in the eye when I talk, and they meet me as a person to see where I'm at actually in person, because I say it time and time again, you really, in my view, know who someone is when you look them in the eye, shake their hand, and you feel them, and you listen to them, and you see where their heart is. And that's why I really do want you guys to come along and meet me and see what I have to say. We're still in campaign mode around introducing the party to you, your party. But rest assured that right now we are working overtime on policies. If you go to our What We Stand For page on our website, which is nzpp.org.nz, you'll see an ever-increasing content-filled page of policy and ideas. So please go in there and have a look. And as ever, our mission is to represent what you want changed and what you want worked on and what you want said and fought for. And we know what those things are immediately. What is it? The first one? Democracy, reinstating democracy, getting government accountability and transparency in place, public safety, economic expertise to fix us and get us out of this dark financial hole that we are in, and that'll only get worse. Environmental sovereignty, getting rid of T&80 and the poisons that they're trying to rain down on us, and of course national sovereignty, medical sovereignty as well, because none of us want to have a Bill Gates vaccination needle shoved down into the arms of our babies and children, and that's something that we can't stand. But what I really want to ask you guys to do is start sending your emails into the parliamentary system to say government. One of the great fears that myself and a number of political observers have, the concerns that we have are these, is that it seems very uncanny that there could be a second wave of this virus coming up, and it could be timed for the virus to come out around the time of the elections. That's really concerning me a great deal, and a lot of other people that are watching this closely. That's not conjecture. That's just airing a concern that we have. Okay, and that concern is very, very clearly that if the government locks us down and they go to an online and a mail order only voting system, anything can happen with that, and we cannot trust it. If that happens, and if they say that's what they're going to do, we, the public of New Zealand, need to demand that the voting is delayed until that government is somehow arrested in its place, because it's no longer a democracy. They are locking us down for a reason, and that reason is to use this crisis, as we all know now, to bring in a system of control that none of us want, because it affects every aspect of how we live in New Zealand as free people. That freedom is being eroded already, and what we are fearful of right now is that they're going to supercharge that leading up to the elections. So what we need to do is calmly let this government know that we are all watching them, and the only way that we can do that is by sending in emails, sending in letters, and keeping this government on attention that we know what's going on and that we're watching them very, very closely. So the thing that we want to be aware of is, number one, if the second wave comes on, and I find it impossible to believe that they let hundreds of people out last week from without going through the entire quarantine process. We've just gone through what we've been through. We've lost billions and billions of dollars of productivity. We're now in over $90 billion worth of debt because of this COVID-19 crisis. And now they've opened up flights, passenger flights, and now they're letting people cruising on their boats that aren't stopped and questioned and looked at. And then, on top of this, they let people out of circumnavigate the whole quarantine and testing procedure that they say is so important. So what this leads us to contemplate is that there's the very real possibility, and I say this calmly and without conjecture and stretching it too far out of whack, that they could obviously create an opportunity for a second wave of this COVID-19 scamdemic to be upon us, use it to lock down everybody, and then hey presto, here are the elections, and the elections are a online voting or a mail-in voting system, plus polling booths, but with social distancing and all that. So if they do that, then guys, the fish has definitely died and dried in the sun, and we're going to be able to smell it. So we need to be aware of these things. So guys, I think that's about it for now. We've got some policies that are coming together very well for us, and we're very proud of them. Also, just want to say that we're now down to the nitty-gritty with a couple of these parties that we're talking to. Now, last night I mentioned to you all for the first time that we are integrating with one of a couple of parties that we're talking with that have got existing party shells that will be that we will take on, but we will take our structure and system into it. So just it's really important that we do this carefully and precisely so that we get the best results, so that the things that we stand for are going to be absolutely, without doubt, delivered upon. Because I haven't gone through all of this with you, and we haven't gone through all of this together for us not to get into Parliament and win and fight this fight. We absolutely have to do that. Oh, he's my beautiful family, and you know, it's really important that we do this right. So rest assured, guys, don't listen to the rumours. It's only the nonsense coming from, unfortunately, from the minor parties that can't believe that we exist right now, because this is, you can't plan this. I said this to a party that we're speaking to today. In fact, I'll let you in on a second without saying the name of this party. This is one of the parties that did stand in their last election, and what they said was this, is that they thought that the New Zealand public were too dumb to consider for having a referenda type system introduced, and I just couldn't, honestly, I couldn't believe it. And right then and there, I knew right then and there that wouldn't be any sort of group that we would even contemplate working with. And that wasn't for the structure that we were talking to them. We were just interested in a bit of kotahitanga, a bit of unity around beating this government. But as soon as the guy said that to me, and that he also wanted vaccination, it was like, well, mate, good talking to you. Have a great day. Take care and goodbye. Wait for me, I can't get in. Sorry guys, this is my phone has to, I haven't got a key to get up. Sorry guys, it's my teenage daughter trying to leave me behind and lock me out of my room. So I better get going. But you know, what people can't understand about this is that this is an organic movement. We don't have money behind us. We don't have big fancy slogans and all that. Well, the only slogan that we have is, you know, your voice, your power, your party. But we don't have big, massive dollars going into marketing teams and that. And we're still blitzing all the records every day, guys. We're getting more and more people join us. We're now at 2,500 registered members, and we will be able to take donations in the next day or two. We're just waiting for our merchant approval to come through. That's all. That's the only hold up. So we can't wait to get some support, guys, because it's very difficult to do this the way that we're doing it, but we're doing it because we believe in it. We're self-funding ourselves, and your Koha is really appointed at the events because it pays for the event itself. It doesn't pay for anything else. So we're very grateful for everyone that sends their love in, saying, look guys, get your act together so we can donate and put money into you. But we've got to do it right, otherwise we will be disqualified, and we don't want that, guys. We don't want anything like that at all. So in closing, have a great evening, be safe. Again, I'll see you in Palmerston North tomorrow night. Friday during the day, just after lunch we're in Wairoa. Saturday night we're in Gisborne, and then next Tuesday we're in Tauranga. And then during the weekend, we're going to be in Christchurch and in the South Island. That's right, upwards only. Go Billy. Thanks, Nix. Thanks. Thank you, Joanne, Janine, and Debs again. So have a wonderful night. God bless. And always remember this. I'm going to say it again, guys. New Zealand Public Party, your voice, because we're going to keep on saying what needs to be said, even if it ruffles feathers, even if it's not PC. We're going to say it because it needs to be said. We're your power, because the power that you give me as the facilitator and leader of this movement is based on the energy and the power and the support that you give us. So this is not a fabrication. It's your party because you wanted it, and here it is. We've got it here, and it's working for you, and it's growing so unbelievably that the other parties cannot even believe that we've got it and that it's happening like this. So let's use it to do good things for us all, for all New Zealanders. regardless of religion, regardless of race and creed. This is about all of us as one family. So good night everyone, God bless, and I will see you on the road. Good night guys, kia ora.